What's going on, guys? Crucible here, and I'm over here on this side of the screen today, so don't mind me. Just the layout of this is weird. But today we're going to be going over just a couple of other inclusions that are in these tournament packs. Just to kind of talk about like some of the cards here, because a lot of this is actually really, really good stuff for some older support. And this is the kind of stuff that I want to see in these tournament packs. Like, I want to see really strong cards that we have to do well at our locals for in order to be able to get play sets of these cards to then boost up these older decks and to make them better. Like, this is good prize support in my opinion. So I wanted to go over these cards and just talk about what each of these cards are kind of doing for each of these decks real quick. Might be a shorter video, but yeah, so let's just dive right in. So we're gonna have a Android 18 here. She's a 3-cost, 25k power, 0 combo card. On play, choose up to 1 battle card in your opponent's battle area. It gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. Then auto once per turn if your leader is Android 18. When this card KOs an opponent's battle card in battle, switch this card to active mode. This card is really, really good in Android 18, especially if you couple this card with the promo 17. They're really good. They're a really good combo piece, because the way this kind of works is you play the 4-cost 17, cheat out the Android 18 here, right? You swing, you minus 10 to something on your opponent's board. You then swing into it with the 18 to then use the leader effect to boost her up to 45,000. And if you're dealing with like a 30k power card, it goes down to 20. You have a 25,000 power discrepancy between the two cards. More than likely not, your opponent will probably let it go. And this card is just better the weaker the card is, right? So then, if you were to KO that card, then you can then restand this back into active mode. She goes back to being a 25k swinger, but now your 17 meets the conditions to get his effect, which is a 40k swing onto leader or something else on the opponent's board, whatever have you, and then you still have 3 swings. So I think this is a really, really good piece for Android 18. She needed stuff like this that allowed to not only, she needed a piece that allowed her to give reason to swing into your opponent's board, right? As opposed to the lead. This is the card to do that. You're getting the minusing effect, which makes it easier to swing into it. And then couple it with the leader ability will apply insane amounts of pressure onto that card. Your opponent's probably not going to give up half their hand just to protect it. So it is a pretty good card if you were to ask me. Now there's always the possibility that they can just stop this, and that's perfectly fine too. Again, the idea of the deck is to swing into your opponent's board, boost, potentially kill something, get additional effects for the stuff that's on your board. And so if you don't get that, then you're at least thinning out your opponent's hand tremendously, and that's going to be more worthwhile in certain matchups. So I think this 18 is great. Next, we have Zamasu and Goku Black. 1-cost, 5k power, 10k combo. On play, if your leader is Goku Black, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. Then during this turn, the next time you use Goku Black, reduce the cost by 1. So this is actually a fantastic card for curve for Goku Black. So the way that I'm envisioning this card is, let's say you get to turn 4. You go to 4 energy, right? You don't have a way to awaken, right? So what you can do on turn 4, you're at 5 life. You play this card out, go down to 3 energy. You self-awaken to awaken yourself. Then when you go and use your leader effect to play out the 6-cost, you're already getting the cheapened cost off leader effect to make the 6-cost a 4-cost. Now, because you played this card, that 6-cost Goku Black, instead of being a 4-cost off leader effect, it's now a 3-cost with the leader effect. So you're still able to play out the 6-cost on curve, even if you have to play a little out of sync for it, which I think is great. The one thing that Goku Black, I think, needs to stay relevant and stay great is making him more consistent. But that's not the only way that keeps the deck more consistent. The other thing that makes it more consistent too is due to the fact that all of your Zamasu searchers are able to locate this card because Goku Black's in the name. all of your Goku Black cards that look for Zamasus, they can find this card because Zamasu's in the name, and it's a 10k combo card. So that becomes very, very valuable, especially later in the game when your hand starts to really thin out. So this is just another trait-oriented or name-oriented card that works really well with the package in Goku Black as it stands, but now it makes it a bit more consistent. So I like this card a lot. This is a great card. Next we have Son Gohan. 6 cost, 35k power, it's 5k combo. Auto, when your energy is placed in your drop by your Son Gohan leader skill, add up to 1 card with a cost of 3 or more from your drop to your energy. Then he has an activate main once per turn, where you pay an energy, choose up to 1 Son Gohan childhood in your battle area, and switch it to active mode. This card is insane for Gohan. So the support we've been kind of getting for Gohan isn't the greatest of things. However, this is a really great combo piece off of the 5-cost Gohan that we got not too long ago. The 5-cost Gohan is able to cheat this out for free, basically. It comes out in rest mode. However, you swing with your leader. You activate the leader ability to swing for 35,000 power, right? Then you can... then, because this guy is on board... the energy that gets sent back into life actually is a active energy, which is crazy. So now you're getting 2 35k swings because you can activate this ability to switch it back to active mode. It basically allows you to do it again. Even if you're not playing this off of the 5-cost Gohan, it's still a 6-cost 35k power with combo power, where later in the game, as you're kind of ramping and doing your thing, you can swing twice for 35k. This is still very, very valuable. And the other aspect of it, too, is that a big crux to the Gohan deck is like the 5-cost Goku that basically cycles your energy. Like you ditch an energy and then you put an energy back in your thing every time that once per turn when you're using your leader effect, right? That card really kind of slowed this deck down. Now you have a card that doesn't slow you down nearly as much, which is very, very nice. So this card basically replaces the 5-cost Son Goku. Because it's a much stronger card, it's a stickier body that can't be removed as easily, and he's able to swing twice, which is just strong. So I like this card a lot. This does a lot for Gohan. And I'm very excited to actually see this in here. Next, we have Piccolo. I talked about this card a little bit in my Black Spoilers video. We talked about this Piccolo just a little bit. 3 cost, 20k power, 10k combo. On play, look at 7 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal any number of cards with Dragon Ball in their special traits and place them into their owner's drop. Place the rest at the bottom of their owner's deck in a random order. This card's really good for what the Shenron deck kind of wants to do. It allows you to pick out your Dragon Ball pieces from the top 7 of your deck. Set yourself up for either Awakening or being able to play out that 7 cost, whatever that 7 cost is going to end up being. Again, just as I mentioned in the Black Spoilers video, this is being recorded before I left to go home, so I don't... if new black cards get revealed, if new SRs or even a secret rare or something gets revealed while I'm gone, I'm not privy to what that would be as of the time of the recording for this. So keep that in mind. But this is still good for what the Shenron deck kind of wants to do. Again, it's kind of hard to say how good Shenron is really going to be just due to the fact that we don't really have much to go off of, right? We got a lot of cards that self-mill. We got a lot of cards that free play from the drop, but that's really all we kind of have. So, I'll feel a bit more confident once I see what actual, cards we can use to actually, go against our opponent. Once they kind of reveal more, I'll feel more confident about Shenron. But, I mean, for what this deck is doing, this Piccolo is actually pretty nice. The only thing that kind of sucks about this card is that you can place as many Dragon Ball cards as you want into the drop, which is exactly what you need to do to facilitate your conditions. The problem is that the rest go into the bottom of your deck. They also don't go in the drop. So for trying to meet your conditions for leader, this is good. For just generalized effects of like free playing something from the drop, like this doesn't facilitate that. So, again, I want to see the whole package before I really judge this card, but I think for what the Shenron leader is doing, it's good. And then finally, we got Jice and Burder. 4 cost, 20k power, 10k combo. On play, if your leader has Ginyu Force in its special traits, switch 3 of your energy to active mode. And then auto, on your turn, once per turn, when this card in a battle area is switched to active mode by your leader's skill, you draw a card. I love this card, mainly because it's Ginyu Force support. And I've been saying for a while, Ginyu Force needs some good support. But what this actually does is crazy. So basically, on curve, you can play this out for 4 because your leader is Ginyu. You're playing this out for 1, so you get 3 energy back. Then you swing with everything that you have on your board, and then you swing with your leader to draw 1. So now you just replaced this card in hand, basically. You basically replace this card in hand, and then, because you get your energy back with this card, you now have a means of being more aggressive and allowing yourself to utilize the Ginyu Force leader ability. Ginyu's leader effect is a very costly leader effect, and I've been saying for a while that he needs a card in the deck that allows him to give you reason to utilize that early on. Otherwise, it's not usually worth running that. So by activating the leader skill and then by ditching 2 cards from your hand, because this guy went back into active mode, you get to draw a card. So instead of it being a -2 out of hand, it's a -1 out of hand, which makes it a bit easier to actually kind of get off, which I think is good. Plus, this is a 10k combo card in a deck that has a majority 5k combo like profile, so this is actually a really good card for Ginyu Force. Plus, it's Jice and Burder. Look at that art. That art is insane for Jice and Burder. The Ginyu Force cards, for whatever reason, just go off. I don't know what it is. So, no, this is really cool. To wrap up the video here, I do want to I really want to say that Bandai is actually killing it with the past deck support. Starter deck Broly is getting more support. Broly BR is getting more support. GT Goku is getting more support, which is great. We got Goku Black getting support, which is awesome. Like 18's getting some support. Daima's getting support. Like almost every deck conceivable outside of Black so far. Well, I mean, I did say GT Goku, so let me take that back. Every OG deck, all these older decks are looking really, really solid again because of all the support that it's getting. Like Green Gohan might be playable because this card exists now. And that's not to say he wasn't playable before with the 5 cost, but like now he's actually pretty playable. Goku Black is currently like at the top of the God rankings on the digital client. So this is just going to make him better. Whether he'll like top tournaments and win tournaments, we'll have to kind of see. He's always been kind of an outlier deck, but again, this card makes it more consistent. Obviously, Android 18 is not going anywhere because the Cell package is just really good right now in both Cell and in Android 18. But this card really does like boost up Ginyu Force quite a bit. And it makes it a lot more aggressive sooner, which can definitely be troublesome depending on how big they're able to build up their board. And again, like the Shenron deck is cool, and I want to see what more is coming for the deck, but it's hard for me to gauge how good this is going to be just based off of this promo and the stuff that we've seen so far. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you guys think that we're going to see more OG decks kind of get some resurgences? Are we going to get some support for a little bit of everything? Like, let me know what you guys have think so far of the old deck support that we've been kind of getting. But as always, thank you guys so much for the love and support. As always, you guys are awesome. Thank you for getting us to 500 subscribers. Yeah, I got nothing else to say. Let me know in the comments below, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you guys all in the next Fusion World video. Peace.